The inception of Marvel's Iron Man VR all started with a challenge. And Jae Young, who runs Marvel Games, came back and told me that project is probably going to go to a bigger studio. And I said, hypothetically, what would it take for us to get that project? And he said, well, you have to have the best pitch I've ever seen and a prototype that beats every other prototype we've ever seen.
Time for the hero thing.
3 years ago, when we started prototype flight, the first thing I did was just put some physics thrusters on my palms in VR and see how it felt.
I remember looking over to one of their employees. He was in that prototype for like 30, 45 minutes, just playing it over and over and over again, just flying around in VR, just like Iron Man, right? And I just knew at that point that we had nailed it.
Sir, hostiles inbound, 10 o'clock.
So much for a hero's welcome.
We wanted to satisfy people's expectations from that, and that's not only visuals, that's sound, art direction, it's a combination of all the senses.
The complexity of how the suit animates, basically, and how it breaks apart, how the suit-up sequence happens, how the auxiliary weapons pop out, and that was really important to nail visually, as it's pretty much expected by the fans at this point.
Start drones incoming on an intercept course.
Tony Stark as a character is such a fun sandbox to play in as storytellers. At Camouflage, we really wanted to make sure that we paired the action with really fun and meaningful story moments. But not only being these characters in a PlayStation game, but in doing it in PlayStation VR, to be completely immersed and to be that character.
And you are?
A ghost from your past.
In a lot of ways, developing this game is really, really difficult, but in a lot of ways, developing Marvel's Iron Man VR is actually quite easy, because whenever we got stuck, we just look back to the source material. We look back to what makes Tony Stark one of the most iconic characters in the whole planet.
Threat neutralized.
Good. I have a plane to catch.
PlayStation